When you think of a robust little camera to record action cameras, you think of GoPro, right? Well, it's true that GoPro established the conventional action camera concept, but the best GoPro cameras are now just one option in a wider world. And, until very recently, the company had surrendered the top spot of this list. Now GoPro is back on top, but the fact things can change here in their niche says all you need about the difficulty of choosing an action camera. There are a few key criteria. An action camera needs to be rugged, resisting not only water but sand and dust. They also need to be easy to operate, have high resolution, and be easy to attach to your body for all kinds of sports and activities. We have listed the best action cameras 2025 and their key features. You need to consider this to help you choose the best one for you. For more information on the product, as always, I've included a link in the description box down below, which are updated with the best prices on each product. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned till the end so you don't miss anything. Now let's get started. Number 5. Insta360 Ace Pro, 8K video, a Leica Lynx, desirable and different action cam. The Insta360 Ace Pro is a slightly odd beast when it comes to action cameras. It's a small, but very noticeable, bit bigger and heavier than most equivalents from DJI and GoPro. We're not talking the sort of amounts that would be seriously noticeable, but any kind of trade-off has to be well worth it in a category that is all about small and robust, right? Well, with a Leica lens in 8K, there is a bit of a case for it. And not 8K because it's two 4K cameras back-to-back like a 360 camera, out-and-out 8K. The real point, though, is that the Ace Pro has a hinged screen which can be used as a monitor for vlogging. This folds away almost unnoticeably into the camera body and clips into place. This, it turns out, is pretty robust, far more than I'd have believed. Though sadly, the cover for the USB-C charging port needs some fiddling to stay in place on the first few off the line, which, of course, is what, as a reviewer, I was testing. It's well built overall, but I'd be more confident with a more traditional design in rougher scenarios. The device has extensive built-in software features, including star trails, which means creatives will be kept happy with it. There is also AI for gesture control and voice control. I'm also impressed with the magnetic surface mounting options, which seem to make it easier to quickly demount the device. Don't worry, there is still a clippy element to this. The camera also has impressive noise-canceling sound, plus now the ability to link to DJI Mic 2. One big thing in this camera's favor, as well as some firmware updates showing love from Insta360, is that its value has risen from 3 to 4 stars since the RRP dropped by $50. It's a great device, but the price premium at launch was asking a lot. Number 4. Akaso Brave 7LE. You don't need to break the bank for a 4K action camera. The Akaso Brave 7LE continues to impress with its budget-friendly features, making it an excellent choice for vloggers and one of our best GoPro alternatives. It captures 4K video and boasts a surprisingly effective 6-axis stabilization system, especially considering its price point. While it's unfortunate that you can't achieve 60 FPS at 4K resolution for high-speed action, the 30 FPS speed is perfectly adequate for most vlogging purposes. Personally, I find this speed suitable most of the time, and when I need more excitement, I'm willing to sacrifice a bit of resolution. Worst case, you can try and sharpen it a bit in the edit. Having the option for 2.7K at 60 FPS is a nice touch at least. There is no need to drop all the way down to 1080p. The front-facing screen makes it ideal for vlogging, although it's worth noting that the camera is quite compact and may take some getting used to. Additionally, the waterproofing without housing is minimal, so be cautious before taking it for a swim in the ocean. Overall, the Akaso Brave 7LE offers a GoPro-like experience for budget-conscious vloggers. With good quality, if imperfect 4K video and good 20mm stills, the GA400 makes a great alternative to one of the big brands of action camera if you're after results a level below the cinematic quality offered by the leading action camera brands. At this mid-range level, the build quality is excellent, and the touchscreen is responsive while the on-screen menus are intuitive and easy to use. From a pure photography point of view, it's good to see a tripod thread built into the core device, though equally as impressive is the included diving case and accessories. Number 3. Insta360 X4. Best 360 action camera might be the only action camera you need. One of the biggest problems with shooting action is aiming the camera. So, what if you could do that afterward? That's the basic thinking behind a 360-degree camera. Beyond that, though, there is a lot more. There are times when handling even an action camera's wide-angle lens becomes a problem, and that's where a 360-degree action camera can step in. With 2 back-to-back lenses and enough smarts to eliminate a selfie stick from the footage, this almost magic camera can capture an image from a point within reach, looking any direction you see fit. The Insta360 X4 isn't just a resolution boost over the X3, it also fixes a ruggedness issue. Both cameras are waterproof in body to 10mm thanks to smart doors, but the X4 has removable lens covers, which make the device more flexible and overcome one of my main worries. Something I've done with the X3, and can be done with this camera too, is to use Insta360's custom bike attachment, which holds the camera a little way in front of your bike on a carbon pole over the front wheel. I was amazed at the footage, which makes it look like I'm cycling toward a perfectly controlled drone. Better still, by syncing the camera with my phone, you can draw GPS data and have it overlaid in the form of a speedometer by the Insta360 app before sharing. And that's the other crucial aspect of the Insta360 offering. The company has created an excellent phone app so you can edit on the go, redirecting the camera's aim or relying on AI to track your subject. For more serious uses, they have also created a Mac Short Windows app and plugins for Final Cut Pro and Premiere. The upshot is that this is very definitely an action camera and offers angles and styles of action which have the potential to put you ahead of the pack. Number 2. DJI Osmo Action 4. Brilliant overall action camera that does everything and beats the GoPro in many situations. The Osmo Action 4 is the perfect balance of quality and price. And just after the release of the Hero 13, but before this model's updated, it is also very accessibly priced. The stabilized 4K video looks great, and the camera can take a lot. Not just rough and tumble, but temperature extremes too, and it's waterproof to 16mm without a case. Best of all, it has a larger image sensor than any GoPro, so it is better in lower light, making it more flexible. Once, GoPro tried to take DJI's territory by producing a drone. The result, the Karma, was years behind the game and a catastrophe for the company. DJI's first action camera came in 2019 and was close to GoPro, with no worries about falling out of the sky. Now DJI is on a par with GoPro in their own backyard, and for those whose advantages happen at night or in dark places, DJI is unarguably ahead. How can that be when GoPro have 5.3K to DJI's 4K? Well, since you're likely to end up viewing 4K, that is moot. What this camera does bring is a bigger imaging sensor at 1 Tor 1.3 inch, which means it works better in low light. If you like going in caves, or frankly, shooting video indoors, or in England during the 11 months of winter, it's easy enough to see that on a spec sheet, but that comes across when I tried darker scenes with the image stabilization turned on. Whether it's the better sensor, better electronic image stabilization, or both, it's hard to know, but it's clear. Video-wise, you'll also see video seems more natural rather than oversaturated, perhaps helped by the dedicated sensor. The camera also has the D-Log M-Flat profile, which makes color grading easy, especially if you're matching with drone footage. Number 1. GoPro Hero 13 Black. The GoPro Hero 13 Black puts GoPro back at the front, just with useful lens adapters. GoPro's annual release schedule, requiring a new camera every year whether there is a worthy update or not, has not always been a good thing for the flagship Hero Black, and the previous 12 model was especially disappointing. Not only was it overtaken in terms of low-light image quality by DJI, but it actually took away a feature, built-in GPS, beloved of a good section of GoPro users, without actually offering much new. Another year and there still aren't any changes to the image sensor, but GPS is back and GoPro has added a detection system which makes swapping the lens on the camera practical, adding a whole raft of creative choices. That's atop a camera that, in adequate light, already had better resolution than the competition. 5.3K. The lens mods aren't new as such, but not having to play with the settings when you fit them is, which makes a lot of difference. Even better, the camera will tell you if you've made a poor choice with your ND filters, which is great for most people, making it a lot easier to get the right motion blur. A 21.9 anamorphic lens is coming too. There are a few cherries on the cake too, like the 400 FPS slow-mo burst, though admittedly at 720p it's not something you'll want to put on a cinema screen, or even a phone screen unless what's happening is amazing enough to distract from the detail. The 27-megapixel camera and adaptable 8.7 sensor is a useful device for creators planning on shooting ones and reframing for different social platforms. The lens mods and the lens with a mod allowing up to 177-degree field of view. It's good, though it doesn't love low light any more than the Hero 11 Black. The camera also has a new magnetic mount, though it still has the classic GoPro fingers, and these are still recommended for high vibration work.